The mutagenic meteorite. A source of infinite power, capable of accelerating the evolution of life. Who would have imagined that its arrival would balance the forces between species?
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Or something like that.
Good goddamn day, YouTube. I am playing Cows Gone Mad. I have been waiting for this game for a very long time, and it finally came out with its first public game loop release, and I got my hands on it. Cows Gone Mad is a third-person shooter game with melee combat implemented in it, themed around the mad cow disease. This game is centered around NFTs, and look, I know what you're thinking when you hear NFT game, but hear me out. This one is actually completely free to play. The devs are adamant that it'll never turn into a pay-to-win game. If you ever decide to acquire a CGM NFT, it's not going to sit in your wallet for the rest of eternity. It becomes a playable character within the game. Once you acquire an NFT, the free-to-play game will become play-to-earn. The devs are going to focus on the fun aspect of the game. It's not going to be a mindless cookie-clicker game. The game itself would have meaningful combat, mechanics, and overall gameplay. It's not going to have its enjoyable parts of the game blocked behind a paywall or DLC. Alright, enough yapping, let me get straight into the gameplay of the first public game loop. Alright, first impressions. I love the graphics of the game, the movement feels smooth, and it's not janky at all when it comes to the player character. But for the vehicle, it's kinda lacking in traction control. But other than that, it's really nice. Alright, let's get to the gameplay and the game loop. The first one that we are going to do is rescue. When you open up the menu, you click on rescue and icons will show up. The cow icons on the top left will show how many cows you have to rescue. You can see on the mini-map where you need to go. And there's also a zoomed in mini-map alongside that. You're going to have to make your way over, and once you have made your way over, you are going to have to locate your allies within cages. Once you have rescued all the cows that have been numbered on your top left by the icon, you will take them over to your home base. Bringing them to the home base and you going to the main house will result in a mission complete for rescue. Alright, the next course of action we'll choose extermination. You'll head over to where these wolves are spawning and start fighting them. You'll have to eliminate the number of wolves that is shown on the top left icon. Alright, I might be making it look easy with my footage, but I have died a couple of times to this mission. It's surprisingly harder than you think. Alright, now we are going to infiltrate the wolf base. Our goal is to acquire 3 packages, as you see from the top left on the icon. These boxes are placed on pedestals randomly throughout the wolf base. You'll have to fight your way through, search every single pedestal, and acquire them by standing right next to them. From there, you'll head over to your base and complete the mission. Alright, this one's gonna be fun. I am going for defense next. The rounds and the number of wolves per round is displayed on the top left. You're gonna have to be careful because you're gonna be chased down constantly by hordes of sewer slide wolves with bombs strapped to their chest. Alright, I've played this round like about 15 times, and each time I've died, it is extremely hard. Even though I wish that I had more opponents to fight against, this game mode was really fun to play multiple times over and over, even though I've died all those times. Alright, next, we're doing my favorite, assassination. We are going to go up against one of the 3 core bosses currently released, and we're going to fight them in a boss arena, clearly outlined by fragments of the meteorite. Alright, good thing that this game has really good movement and dodge rolling, because if I didn't have that, I would be dying constantly. This boss right here feels like I'm fighting something from the Souls games, and I love that aspect of it. I hope they keep it and not nerf the bosses. Maybe they can make them a lot faster and a lot more tankier, with more dynamic movements to them. I know this game is going to have multiplayer soon, they're going to expand on it, so other than the lack of content and how they work, the only problems that I have with the game that during the night it is pitch black, especially when you're like inside like a dark room or a dark corner. It makes things really hard to see. I hope they can fix that, and I hope that they can come out with more melee combat, and the bullets from the enemies are like at least 10 times faster, and there's more moves for the bosses. And my hope is for that in later updates they will focus on optimizing the game for lower end PCs, and please remove the stones from the middle of the dirt path. I cannot drift the tractor with those stones there. That's basically it. Alright, I give this game a 4 out of 5. I believe that it would reach out to a large audience with a variety of interests. Everyone, thank you for watching. I'll leave any information about Cows Gone Mad down below so you guys can check it out, and I'll be here with more updates if there is any about any further game loots, beta tests. So I say have a wonderful day and see you next time.